Hi, athletes. We are studying absolute value functions, and we're going to use Desmos to find patterns in graphs and tables to understand the absolute value equation in vertex form. For each of the 5 equations given, you are going to go to Desmos, the calculator, and enter the absolute value equation, and you're using this button right here, the absolute value A button that's in the Desmos keypad. You are going to use the graph that's created to accurately graph each equation for the opener and record 5 points in the table. The vertex is going to be in the center. Make sure you circle or highlight that so you get points on both sides of the vertex. You're going to have 2 points to the left and 2 points to the right on the vertex. And then you're going to answer, there's 3 questions about the vertex and the slope of the increasing and decreasing side. You want to look for patterns throughout this so that we can make connections between the equations, tables, and graphs of absolute value functions. The first equation is y equals the absolute value of x. You need to go to Desmos to graph that. I have my Desmos calculator overlaid here so you can see that. You want to pop open the keypad at the bottom there, like I just did, and you can use these keys, y equals, and type it in just there, or you can use your keypad. You need to use this button right here. You can see me, I'm highlighting it right here. This is your absolute value key button, the absolute value of x. Oops, I got that outside of that, so I'm going to backspace. Press that X in, and then you can press that key again to get it on the outside. And you can see I get a nice V-shaped graph right here. Remember that if you don't like the scale that's here, see, I have my scale is going by 2s, and I have maybe some halves here, if you can see that detail. I can always click the wrench, and I like to pop open make it darker just to make it bigger. I can make my step, that's like saying your scale 1. And I like to do that for both my X and the Y. And then I take away the minor grid marks, and that gives me, and then I click the wrench again. That's right here. I click that again to close it. So to get the points for our paper that you need to write in for your opener, it is helpful to have a table. And I'm going to show you that Desmos does that for you. So if you click this icon right here, this gear, you can see this icon right here is kind of looks like a table of values. And so you want to select that. If you hover over that, it'll tell you that it is the table, and it creates a table. And so our function is still the absolute value of x, but now we have it listed as a table of values in addition to the graph over here. And you can click on any of those points. It tells you what those points are, and that can make it very easy for you to record this on your paper. So I shifted my Desmos screen out of the way so I could record that. So the directions told us that the vertex has to be in the center here. And the vertex is the point at which the graph changes direction. And we can see that that 0, 0 here, we can see that a variety of ways in Desmos. Remember in our first unit, we said that that is, the point that doesn't buddy up. It doesn't have its partners like I have here. You can also tell that by the change in direction. So this is increasing. Sorry, that's decreasing by 1, decreasing by 1. From 0 to 1 is increasing by 1, and then increasing by 1. So my change in direction is going from decreasing to increasing. It also points to right here. And we can fill in the rest of the values here. So to the left, -1 and -2, and their partner points. And then to the right is 1 and 2, and those partner points. And to plot those, you're just going to put those points on your graph and then use a straight edge to draw your lines. Finally, we need to answer these questions over here. What point is the vertex? We just talked about that. That is going to be 0, 0. And the slope of the increasing line. So my increasing line, let me just highlight that right here, is this part of the graph is increasing. And if I count my rise over run, I'm going up 1 to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1. So that's 1 over 1. And for the decreasing part of the line, that is over here. And you can see that part is going down from left to right. And that is down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And so that is -1 over 1. You're going to repeat this process for the remaining 4 equations. As you use Desmos to make these graphs and tables, what patterns do you notice between the equation tables and graphs? Do you see the vertex in any of those places? Do you see the slopes, the positive and negative slopes in either the equation, graph, or tables? Be ready to discuss your observations in class.